Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Master of Orion, and we find ourselves at a very key moment in our Empire's history, the battle with the Mershan over Geta Prime. We have two enemy frigates escorting a colony ship. The Mershan have started right next to our main solar system, our Imperial seat. And that has drawn us more or less into direct conflict. And the battle for Geta is very important, as the only other solar system that's nearby is a dead end. The Mershan's home system is a dead end. So the only way out into the rest of the galaxy is through Geta. This is the key strategic point. And the Mershan are set to colonize. So we have to come in here and we have to stop them. So we're going to select our fleet and we're going to attack. The only thing is, according to this, they have more combat ability than we do, at least due to raw stats. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to do this, but go ahead and hit attack. It's our frigates versus their frigates. Now, they have a stock frigate and then they have an upgraded frigate. More or less, you can tell by the numbers. So we have an upgraded frigate, but a little bit older, and we have a newer upgraded frigate. They have a stock frigate, the one that you start the game with, and then well, I guess third or fourth generation frigate. And they have a colony ship, which I don't think is going to be involved in the combat. I'm going to do tactical because I've never done it before. I have no idea how the combat works, and it does say our victory chances are balanced. So let's go ahead and jump into the tactical, and I guess we get a little cutscene here. Alright, so I'm going to pause things. Alright, there's their fleet. Can we get an idea of what they're equipped with? So they have 3 neutron blasters and 2 lasers. Oh, wow. And then this has 6 laser cannons and 2 laser cannons. So they're set up very much energy weapon based, whereas I'm set up for missile combat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break the cover they have and come out this way. Not sure what the... Okay, I found out the key binding for pausing. And the one I want to focus on is actually the one with the neutron blasters. Alright, looks like we're just out of range. We might start firing once they get a little bit closer here. Okay, so the one we want to focus on is their neutron blaster equipped one. So let's select our frigates and fire. Okay, let's have them run now. The reason I'm doing that is because I want my missiles a chance to reload. Oh, wow, we almost took that guy out. Let's do another attack on him. Okay, now let's switch targets. Alright, we took one out. I think we have a really good chance now of winning this engagement. Just get another missile barrage off. Alright. Come on, get some lasers in there. We might lose a ship here. Got him. Alright, we didn't lose anybody. Perfect. Whew. I was really nervous about this combat, honestly. Alright, so we just took out their entire fleet. Now, I don't think we can press the advantage at the moment. I don't think it's a good idea. They got better beam accuracy than we did. But where it counted, the missile accuracy worked for us. And I think a lot of this was just they built their fleet a little bit differently than ours. So theoretically, their combat stats were higher because of the way their ships were built. But in the actual tactical combat, we had an advantage because we had longer range, more devastating weapons. All right. We were able to succeed. Now, one of our ships got shot up pretty good. I don't think we can move them just yet. But we're going to send that ship back to Sol Prime. Which ship did I end up sending here? Okay, I'm getting confused here. So Prime. I want to select my other ship. Where did my good ship go? I think we're having a little bit of an issue here. Maybe I'll be able to adjust it by selecting fleets. And I believe this is the... Okay, that's the good ship. I want it to go to Gata Prime instead. Or maybe, even better yet, just guard this area. Ah, well, we'll have to fix that later. We got the anomaly. Our scout technically is in danger, though. Okay, so things worked out for us. We're going to have our colony ship built next turn, and we're going to try and escort it down here. But honestly, I don't think that's really necessary. All I really have to do is just guard this point, I think. We do have to worry about a retaliation from the Mershan, though. So we're going to get a space factory up, and then we're going to work on a fleet in the near future. So once the colony ship is done, I'll probably rush build the space factory, and then we'll go on to the hydroponic farm, just get that wrapped up, and then start building a fleet. Okay, so I'm pretty happy. As a matter of fact, with Soul Prime, I don't think we need this guy. Get him over to research so we can get our magnetism out a little bit quicker so that we can upgrade shields, which we may do on this frigate once it gets back. All right. Pretty happy with how that turned out. Now, obviously, the combat is RTS style rather than turn-based like Master of Orion 2 was. So it's kind of following in the footsteps of Master of Orion 3 there. But it seems like it was pretty fluid and it made relative sense. I followed it pretty easily, even though it was the first time I had ever done it. Okay, so let's go ahead and end the turn. All right, let's figure out what this pirate is up to. So they're there. I think it's going to take us 2 turns to come back. If I'm wrong about that, we lose our scout, but there was a high likelihood we were going to do that anyway. So the one ship I want to select, and this is seemingly a problem here, is I want to select the one that's going to Gata Prime, which is our good ship. And it's going to instead guard this war point. Now we have the colony ship. The colony ship is going to have to rush over to Gata Prime. Okay. That's more or less set up. We completed that, so we're going to be on the space factory, which we're immediately going to rush by. And we're having an issue with food here, which I had a little bit of oversight with. We'll just send that over there. There we go. Okay. And once that space factory is completed, we can do one of 2 things. We can either send it over here and set up a base, or we can send it over here. Now, honestly, Gata Prime might be the better choice, or the Gata solar system might be the better choice, because we want to bottle the Mershan into this solar system, prevent them from going anywhere. So that's the plan anyway. So let's... I'm going to have my fleet over here, so... I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the space factory. Probably send it down here because I can protect it. So, let's end the turn.
Excuse me, President.
And, okay. So I just have to send it to the node I want it to build stuff on. So we'll send it immediately over here. I do see something over in Mershan space that I'm going to check out in a second. Okay. What's going on here? So they have a destroyer up and running, so I have to worry about that. And it could be on me pretty soon here, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep this presence up. What other fleet needs orders? Assuming it's this fleet. Which guard. What is the combat? Okay, so that is pretty effective. Combat stats there. So hopefully they don't attack us because we're really vulnerable at this moment. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it. My fleet is spread thin here. I don't have much of a fleet. I think we got to get our fleet up sooner rather than later. And I may get another frigate up here just for speed. And we can rush by it, so I will. The thing is, I'm going to have shields up in one turn. I'm probably going to want to upgrade it. So, you know, we're not going to do that. Out of curiosity, which generation? Okay, so that's the 3rd generation frigate. So, it should be okay. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead. What fleet needs orders? Oh, my scout. Well, we'll try and get it out of there. If we can. Without the space pirates being an issue. So we're roadblocked here as well. So if this is a roadblock, then this is all of the galaxy we can explore at the moment. With what technology we have. Alright, what fleet needs orders? I thought I told him to guard. Alright, good. Alright, we might as well set up our queue here too. Anything else we can build? No, it doesn't look like it. So, we might as well continue with the fleet production. So we're going to build a destroyer. Alright. Now it's all-out warfare. Alright. Alright, as I feared, the destroyer went this way. It could be coming this way, and if it is, we're in trouble. So the pirate's following me, but it's not actually engaging me. Alright, we completed our research.
Our scientists have made a new discovery.
We're going to update the blueprints. You know what? I'm going to
Just a minute of your time, President.
I'm going to upgrade it manually. I'm going to upgrade my designs manually. I'm not going to do that. So, never mind. Choose research. Alright, so the next thing I want is I want firepower. I got defense, I want firepower. So, we're going to go with molecular manipulation, which is also going to give us the bonus of the atmospheric renewer, which is going to reduce pollution.
Terrific.
Alright. Now, we may go to the diplomacy screen and try and... Alright, so she doesn't want to talk to us. I was going to say we might try and negotiate a peace here. But she's still got decent combat fleet. I mean, we wrecked her fleet, but then she was able to build it back up pretty quickly. So, should we rush by the frigate now? Oh, yeah, we were going to upgrade designs. So, go to the ship designer. And we're going to start with the frigate. We want it to have shields. So, add shields. We can't because of the space. So, it takes 10 space. Currently, the anti-missile rockets might have to go. So, let's clear that. And add the shield. Okay. That makes our ship a little bit more expensive, but I think we get rid of our point defense ability, though. Which I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of that. Now, the nukes seem to be pretty dang effective. But would we be better off only having one? Because they currently take up 10 space. Yeah, I don't know what we would do with that, though. I mean, we could reduce this to 1 nuke. We could add in the anti-missile rockets. But the thing is, the enemy don't use anti-missile systems. This is augmented engines. Okay, so that doesn't really have any thing that we really necessarily need. Oh, we could also do the ECM jammer. This would make us harder to hit. I think we got to keep the 2 nukes. I don't really see another thing that we can do. I mean, we could equip lasers rather than neutron blasters, but let's see about that. So we change it to lasers, and we have 2 of those. Oh, really? We can have more than 2? Let's say we have 3. According to this, we get more DPS by doing that. Or we could do 2 and auto-fire it. Doesn't seemingly give us much of a continuous fire. Doesn't change our DPS. Huh, even the heavy mount doesn't change our DPS, even though theoretically it's supposed to. So if we have 3 laser systems, rather than 1 neutron blaster, in theory, we have more DPS. I'm just saying, according to raw stats, our average DPS goes up to 18.84 from the neutron blaster, which is 1.66. Or 1.55, actually. And I don't see anything about range, though. This is the one thing. They're not telling you what the range of these attacks are. So I don't know if I'm losing some kind of benefit because the lasers are shorter range or something. But from what I saw in that combat, our beam effectiveness was not where it needed to be. And I'm thinking we're better off actually going with lasers and going with 3 of them because we get more DPS by doing that. And then could we fit any of these specials in? No. Now, one thing we could do is we could have 2 laser cannons, have less combat effectiveness. Oh, we wouldn't be able to fit that. Never mind. All right. I think that's going to be our current setup for the frigate. So it gets shields. We have titanium armor, which I don't think we can change. And we have the standard drive. We have some space left over to do things with. And I think our cost may have gone down. I'm not exactly sure. Because we're using laser cannons rather than neutron blasters. Now, this might be a bad call. And if it is, I'll redesign the ships. But I'll... Oh, I only have 1 nuke. Okay, that's why. I was wondering what was going on there. We should have 2 nukes. So, with 2 laser cannons and 2 nukes, our damage per second is 2.18. We switch to a neutron blaster. Just have 1. Okay, so we're better off with the way we had it. All right, I apologize for that. I didn't realize somehow we lost a nuke. Okay, so this is going to be the current setup for the ship. And I should be renaming these things, but I'll rename them. I'll call it a Wasp. Well, actually, this is the smallest combat ship we can have, so I'm going to call it a Flea. And we'll call the destroyer Squasps. All right, so that's it for that. Now we're going to go into the destroyer. So the destroyer, we want to have shields. Of course, we're going to have to allow for that. So what can we get rid of? Well, currently we have some point defense lasers. We have bombs. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove 1 of the bombs. And I'm going to have to do more besides that, though. get rid of one missile as well. Okay. So at its current state, we have double the firepower of our frigate and neutron blasters, double our firepower and missiles, and we have one nuke. And we still can't afford the shield, huh? I want to have the nuke so that we have the ability to destroy those pirate bases. But maybe we need to get rid of some of these lasers. So we only have 2 point defense lasers. And then we'll add the shields. All right, so that really changed the combat effectiveness as far as damage goes of the destroyer, but I don't feel like I really had a choice there. And we'll call the destroyers Wasp. Okay. So that's going to be our setup for now. As much as I'd like to fit this other stuff on, it's very expensive. And to get the anti-missile rockets, I would actually have to drop some more weapons to do that, and I just don't think that's a good idea. So, all right. Well, what can we modify anything? No, I doubt it. All right, let's just be done with this design. So we've got a fleet and a wasp. And let's take a look at our construction. We're building a fleet, we're building a wasp. Now, this is the thing about that. I don't think you can do more than one in the ship design. You can't do more than one flea-sized ship, at least not at the moment. Which, I guess, is kind of the way it was in the older games. But it would be nice to have some flexibility so that I could, for instance, have a purely bombing ship. So we'd have a destroyer that all it has is just loaded down with nukes so that other ships can do the main combat. The only way you could really do that is just devoting one class's ship to that and just accepting the fact that that ship is not going to be able to do anything else. Maybe that's something we'd do down the road, like maybe if frigates stop being combat effective, we just turn them into bombarding ships. In any case, I'm pretty happy with that. Now we can rush by. So we're going to get a flea rather than a frigate. And eventually we'll upgrade our other frigates to the flea class. But for now, it's time to end the turn. Let's just make sure Sol Prime has its set up how we want it. Which I think more or less it is set up correctly. We're like low on population because we've rushed out some colony ships and we really haven't been doing much with our food production to increase our growth. So we have suffered in that regard to an extent. Alright. Now our scout should be, yeah, having a path there. Alright, so as long as we can hold this area, and as long as they don't come after us over here and cause us some issues, we should be okay. Alright, here comes their destroyer. We have our flea, but it should be no match to their destroyer. They might wipe out Ptolemy here, and there's nothing I can do about it. All right, let's try and build a fleet up here. So we've got another wasp coming. What else can we build here? Not really anything outside of fleet construction. Maybe another wasp. We can always change it to something else later. Or we may need some pollution cleanup by the time it gets to there. So maybe we'll just do that. And then after that's done, we'll see. Okay, we can't rush by this for a while. We may actually want to take guys off research here and instead put them on production to get our ships out a little bit faster. I'm actually tempted here to send my frigate over to Seoul, but I don't know if that would do me much good. All right, what fleet needs orders? All right, this fleet. I'm not going to send the fleet over yet, so I'm just going to set it to guard. How's our scout doing? Still has that pirate following it. Okay. Let's see if we can talk to... Yeah. See if we can talk to the Mershon and talk them into peace treaty here. No, she still doesn't want to talk to me. That might be where the war declaration was a mistake. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to attack them without declaring war. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, so we completed some stuff on Ptolemy. Now, it may be all for naught, as we may just get wiped out here. So what does this do? Increases morale. What is our current morale? 60%. So we don't get the capital bonus here. Alright, I'll go ahead and queue that. Government supports the facility. But if they use the destroyer on me to bomb out Ptolemy, it's a moot point. So the colony ship's going to get there in 2 turns. The space factory will get there in 2 turns. And this ship will be in orbit, hopefully getting repaired. And we might as well upgrade it too. It's going to cost us 37. Okay. So we have 2 fleas, which their might combined, they may be able to take the destroyer. But I have to wait for the other flea to get repaired, so that's a problem. Okay, so we've arrived in this space. The pirates are still not engaging us. Let's go with the biggest planet first. At least get that explored before we get wiped out. So it's a gas giant. Unfortunately, that means it's not really something we can do much with at the moment. We have another pirate fleet coming in. And it'll get there in 3 turns. Which means it won't arrive in time to do anything to these guys coming here. What I might do is just send here so that I can engage the pirates when they show up. And we should be good. So let's end the turn. Of course, we're still not going to be able to rush by this wasp. Because we just spent some money upgrading one of our ships. Okay.
Welcome to GNN.
The Cylon Quanta has grown in strength.
Alright, well, we haven't encountered the Cylons yet, and we may never do so if, yeah, because we're bottlenecked in here. There's no way out. The only ways out are through unstable warp points, so can't really use that. Alright, so let's use our scout to continue to explore here. And we have found a medium ocean planet which with rich or abundant minerals and normal gravity. So this looks like a pretty good planet. Ocean planets have most of the surface covered by large bodies of water, and we already know what abundant does. So it looks like pretty positive. Good food production, good overall production. So that might be a good candidate. And bottlenecking or bottling up the Mershan into this area means we pretty much have free reign on this area of the galaxy. Until somebody has the technology to come through here, we're more or less in our own little realm here. And the only empire that we really have any dealings with are the Mershan, and we're in the process of trying to eliminate them. But I'm going to go ahead and put a break in the video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.